Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's breaking news comes straight from Tehran. Iran's missile power has shocked the world. What was once considered a regional military force has now demonstrated capabilities that rival the most advanced nations on Earth. From precision-guided ballistic missiles to hypersonic weapons that travel faster than Mach 30, Iran's missile program has officially entered a new era, and the global response is one of pure alarm. In the early hours of this morning, Iran's state media showcased a massive display of its missile arsenal. Rows of towering launchers, new generation solid-fuel rockets, and drones armed with advanced targeting systems. It was a clear message to Israel, the United States, and NATO. Iran is ready. Defense analysts are calling this demonstration one of the most significant shows of missile strength in Middle Eastern history. The highlight was the Sejjil and Fattah ballistic missile systems, both boasting ranges of up to 2,000 kilometers. That means they can hit Tel Aviv, US bases in the Gulf, and even parts of southern Europe. But what truly stunned observers was the unveiling of Iran's hypersonic missile, rumored to be capable of maneuvering mid-flight, a technology that only a handful of countries, like Russia and China, currently possess. This wasn't just a display of weapons, it was a declaration of deterrence. Tehran's leaders made it clear any attack on Iran would be met with a swift, decisive, and crushing response. That phrase echoed across Iranian state TV and quickly spread across international media. Reports from intelligence agencies indicate that Iran's missile accuracy has drastically improved. Unlike the older Scud-style rockets of decades past, these new Iranian missiles are said to have circular error probabilities of less than 10 meters, meaning they can hit their targets with deadly precision. The world took notice when Iran launched a barrage of missiles at ISIS positions in Syria back in 2017. Since then, its accuracy, range, and reliability have only grown. But what truly shocked global observers was the scale of Iran's production. Satellite images show that Iran has multiple underground missile bases, deep tunnels carved into mountains, packed with hundreds of ready-to-launch weapons. These missile cities, as Iranian media proudly called them, stretch 4 miles beneath the earth. One military analyst described them as fortresses of fire. In Israel, the mood is tense. The Israeli Defense Forces IDF are on high alert, monitoring every radar screen for possible launches. Reports from Tel Aviv suggest that Israel's Iron Dome and Arrow defense systems are being upgraded and repositioned. However, Israeli experts admit that hypersonic missiles like Iran's Fattah and Sejjil pose a serious challenge to interception. Even a few minutes warning might not be enough. Meanwhile, in Washington, Pentagon officials are holding emergency meetings. U.S. intelligence has confirmed that Iran's missile program has reached advanced and operational maturity. The concern is just about Israel. It is about the entire balance of power in the Middle East. U.S. bases in Bahrain, Qatar, and the UAE could all be within range of Iran's latest weapons. Russia and China, on the other hand, have responded differently. Moscow praised Iran's technological progress, calling it a sovereign right to self-defense. Beijing echoed similar sentiments, viewing Iran's growing strength as a counterbalance to Western dominance in the region. But behind all the military posturing, there's a deeper geopolitical shift unfolding. Iran's missile power has made it a central player, not just in the Middle East, but in global strategy. Nations that once viewed Tehran as isolated are now seeking dialogue, trade, and military cooperation. The Iran-Russia partnership, strengthened by joint drone and missile technology, is now seen as a direct challenge to U.S. influence. At the same time, Iran's message to its adversaries remains firm. Sanctions, isolation, and threats will no longer contain it. Its defense doctrine, built on deterrence, has now evolved into projection, the ability to strike anywhere, anytime, if provoked. Military experts warn that this newfound power could have dangerous consequences. If tensions escalate, especially with Israel, even a single miscalculation could ignite a regional war, unlike anything the world has seen in decades. With thousands of missiles on standby, both nations are locked in a deadly balance of fear. In the streets of Tehran, people celebrated the unveiling of new missiles with national pride. We don't want war, one citizen told Iranian state TV, but if they attack us, we'll show them our strength. Across social media, hashtags like #Iran missile power and #Middle East tension trended worldwide, as millions debated whether Iran's new power would bring peace through deterrence or chaos through provocation. In Israel, meanwhile, anxiety grows. The government has issued fresh guidelines for civilian shelters, and the IDF has conducted simulated drills for a potential missile barrage from Iran or Hezbollah. Every move by Tehran is now being watched, analyzed, and countered in real time. The situation is fragile and explosive. A senior defense expert told Al Jazeera that the era of Israeli air dominance is fading. For decades, Israel relied on its air force to maintain control in the region. But with Iran's new missile systems, that airspace might no longer be safe. A no-fly zone could become a death zone, he added grimly. Iran's military ambitions don't end with defense. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps (IRGC) has openly discussed expanding missile cooperation with allied groups in Lebanon, Yemen, and Iraq. That means Iran's technology could spread to its regional partners, multiplying its reach far beyond its borders. As global powers react, one question dominates the discussion. Has the balance of power in the Middle East permanently shifted? Some analysts say yes. With hypersonic and ballistic capabilities, Iran now stands shoulder to shoulder with global military powers. Others warn that this power surge could trigger an arms race across the region, with Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and Egypt scrambling to match Iran's progress. For now, the world holds its breath. Every radar ping, every missile test, every political statement could push the region closer to the brink. But one thing is undeniable: Iran's missile power has changed the rules of the game forever. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.